What is up? What is up, my friends? How are you guys doing today? Welcome. Starting a bit later than normal-ish today. I was thinking about doing something else, but then I'm all like, well, not only are we close to kind of finishing this game, but also a lot of people really enjoy it. So, you know, like really thoroughly enjoy it, and that means a lot to me. So I'm like, I can't stop. I can't finish. I gotta finish this out. Thank you guys so much for joining. We're gonna jump right into it today. We are about to do our first case, the first trial part, where Iris is 3 people and a liar. And she's just evil. Straight up evil, bro. What's up, Megan? What's up, Tiger? February 9th, 9:47 a.m.
How my Mr. Loris feels that way about me.
Apparently, he isn't aware of your real secret at all.
No,
This is no time to be embarrassed.
I'm sorry. I'm just hardly accustomed to that sort of thing.
Worry not. And in any case, whatever it was that he saw on the night of the incident, mark my words, I will drag it out of him.
Does that mean Mr. Loris is a witness today?
No. I believe that none will be the first person to take the stand.
Sister Bikini?
She claims to have seen the very instant in which you carried out the crime. I just want to ask you one last time. It really wasn't you who killed Miss Elise Dunom, correct? It wasn't her, it was Loris, aka Larry. Well, I should say Loris, aka Larry, who is the actual committing of the murderer. That savage.
That is correct. It wasn't me.
Very well, then.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes?
You're a prosecutor, aren't you? Are you sure about this? If your true identity is revealed.
Don't worry. I've made the necessary arrangements.
Huh, I see.
Yeah, bro. I made the necessary arrangements. I got my badge. Do we need anything else? We got our defense attorney's badge. That's all we need, bro. Case closed, case closed. Well, Shamar, we do know that somehow Larry is indeed involved in the murderation of the dude, because we got locks around him when he... Wait, we cleared up those locks, didn't we? No, we didn't. Did we? Did we clear up those locks? Maybe we did clear up the locks, actually. Huh. Maybe we... now I'm questioning myself. Iris, it's a prosecutor's job to doubt people.
Huh?
But right now, I'm a defense attorney. A defense attorney's job is to believe in people, and believe until the bitter end. That's what my friend once told me.
Mr. Edgeworth.
I simply ask that you watch and decide for yourself whether or not I am fit to do the task I've been entrusted.
Very well, sir. I leave my defense in your capable hands.
So evil. That lady, so flippin' evil, bro. It's not even funny how evil she is. Oh, we're gonna finally get to see Godot, right? It was Godot's case, right? Maybe?
Court is now in session for the trial of Sister Iris Hazakura Temple.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The defense does indeed appear to be ready. However, the same cannot be said for the prosecution in this case.
Indeed.
I'm not sure I like such a blatant waste of time such as this. An empty prosecutor, sir, can only mean the prosecutor has no confidence in our ability to prove their case. It would seem this case is already over before I had a chance to begin. I am ready to announce my verdict at this time. This court finds the defendant...
Oh no! It's freaking Von Karma!
Except prosecution is gonna stand ready.
Yes, bro. The good Von Karma. The good Von Karma's back. Not the annoying one. Ah, Miss Von Karma, bro. I like Von Karma. She's way better than her father. Her father is just terrible. Her father is like the worst, but she's not as bad. She's not nearly as bad. Let's take a breather in honor of Von. Von Karma, though.
The prosecution stands ready.
And you are?
Franziska Von Karma, prosecuting prodigy.
Von Karma, you say? Perchance you wouldn't be any relation to the legendary prosecutor Manfred Von Karma?
Legends are a thing of the past. I am the Von Karma. That is all. Upon special request, I flew in today for the purposes of prosecuting this case.
Oh, you did? Then you must be quite a big shot, eh? By the way, Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm almost certain that I've seen you somewhere before. Or am I just imagining things? You look very much like a prosecutor I met once.
I believe you are imagining things, Your Honor.
Miss Von Karma, do you have anything to say?
Bom-bom-dee-doo-doo.
But there is no such feeling as this man among those of the prosecutor's office.
There isn't, but I'm sure.
I told you there is no such feeling.
What is that? A whip? I'm not sure I care for such a thing in my courtroom.
Hey, the other judge didn't mind, bro.
Bailiff, remove that whip.
I have no objection to the whip. Edgeworth has no objection to the whip. What's up, Tiger? How are you doing? Yeah, he's gonna start objecting to the whip as soon as it starts getting whippy up in here, bro.
You don't.
The prosecution can wield a whip or drink 17 cups of coffee. But there's still only one truth, and that's what I stand to prove here today. Ow! What's up, Light Gazer? How are you doing? Good to see ya. Judge, please don't be a simp. Oh, Judge? I think the judge is safe from being a simp. How are you doing, Light Gazer? Good to see you. Ow! How goes your day, my friend?
This promises to be interesting, Miles Edgeworth. I had expected to face Phoenix Wright here today. But looking at you now, maybe this is what I have been waiting for all this time. Miles Edgeworth, I will not allow this chance to crush you slip through my fingers.
I see you brought your flair for the histrionic. History. I have no idea what that word is. It looks like history and ironic, or is it supposed to be like hysteria? Maybe.
Allow me to add to things I'm not so sure about. People acting bizarrely in my court. Oh!
The stage is set, and now continue with the proceedings, Your Honor.
You're doing more short animations. It's too hot. Man, dang. I have a fan on me. I don't know if you guys can hear the fan. I hope you guys can't. But yeah, I also have a fan on me.
Very well, Miss Von Karma. Please give an outline of the case, with as little whipping as possible.
Histrionic means... Oh, okay, so like hysteria, almost. It's like a version of hysteria or something. I could see it.
The murder victim is the framed off picture book author, Miss Alice Dohnim. Her body was found in the Hazakura temple courtyard. She had been stabbed through the torso by ceremonial sword from a golden statue.
The sword in this picture. Is the weapon in question correct? Very well. The court accepts this photo of the crime scene.
There is no mistake. This was doing of Sister Iris. After all, there is a witness to her crime.
Very well. Please bring this witness to the stand.
Oops, I need my echo. And so it begins. My first and last trial as a defense attorney. Self-esteem's approval, make sure it happens. Huh? Is that what it means? Oh, interesting.
Witness, state your name and occupation, please.
Hold on there. I'm not sure I'm about being not sure if I care for this at all.
Not sure. He's not sure about being not sure if he cares about this at all. Love it. Love it. I like this judge more. Starting to like this judge more than the other one.
Witness, please stand up and nice and straight.
Oh my word. If I recall correctly, there are a few milk crates in the defendant's lobby for our back pain plagued witness.
Bailiff, fetch a crate for this poor lady, please.
Once again, your name and occupation, please.
Little old me? Well, I'm from the head nun of Hazukura Temple on Eagle Mountain. My name is Bikini. You got it, Bikini. Nice to meet everyone.
No, but you don't appear to be wearing a bikini right now. Oh,
The courtroom is the garden of holy judgment. Those with luxury in their hearts should leave the sanctuary at once.
you want me to leave?
No need to get your bikinis in a twist. Let me tell you, I'm a sight to behold in the summer.
In any case, witness, I hear that you saw the crime take place on the night in question.
That's right. I can still hardly believe in myself, to be honest. There's no way dear little Iris could do anything like that.
Let us hear what you have to say then. First, tell us about your own movements that night, hey?
About night of the murder.
That night, I was helping an old acolyte with her training. An acolyte with her training in the inner temple, but, well, as you can see, my back likes to act up violently. So I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to Hazakura Temple. There's no bath at the inner temple, you see, and I needed a long hot soak. It was after I'd finished, just as I was heading back. That's when I saw it! Ah!
So it was simply coincidence that you found yourself returning to Hazakura Temple.
Yes, you could say that. If my back hadn't been in so much pain, I would have stayed at the inner temple.
That sounds like a pretty important statement she just made.
There is only one problem with this testimony I can see. And you're not about to fall at the first hurdle. Now are you, Mr. Miles Edgeworth?
Mr. Edgeworth, please begin your cross-examination.
That night, I was helping an acolyte with her training in the inner temple, but...
What is this inner temple?
Well, see, conversing with the spirits is what we do to train, right?
We'll be the ones asking the questions here, ma'am.
In order to do that, a place strong in spiritual power is required. There's a small temple across Dusky Bridge called the Inner Temple. Acolytes must spend an entire night there to undergo intense training.
And how exactly do you help with this process?
It's all quite exacting. It can't be performed without a nun supervising.
Like a good sir, watching to make sure a spoiled child starts.
A tutor with a whip in your case. If that's the case, then why did you return to Hazakura Temple, where the murder took place?
Well, as you can see, my back sagged up violently.
Oopsie.
Hold it!
Violently.
That's right. It's no laughing matter, especially in winter. I can't hold anything heavier than a knife and a fork during these cold months. Just being alive is like strict training.
On the night of the murder, was this fabulous back of yours hurting again?
That's right, raging like a bull in a pig pen. I almost fainted once or twice. I just knew that unless I warmed it up, it was really gonna finally finish me off. So I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to Hazakura Temple.
Wait. Wait a second. Iris was the one training, not Maya? Who was training who? Maya was being... Wait. Hold on. Left Iris to help the acolyte. So Iris was the one over there. Iris lied. Iris flippin' lied. Directly. Alright. Bro.
Hold it!
So, you returned to Hazakura Temple in order to take a bath.
My back is to blame for anything. It's a do or be done in kind of world after all.
How long were you in the bath for, if you don't mind me asking?
My, what a filthy little rogue you are. I know what's on your mind. I bet your next question is where exactly did you wash?
What's up, Bumble?
This is why you have to watch the youngins.
Pathetic Miles Edgeworth.
What's up, Bumble? How are you doing? How goes everything? Guys, do you like Bikini's voice? I'm gonna try to make it less Toad-like and make it more like Marge, because right now it's very Toad-like. So I'm gonna try to like move it into like a little less more into like mom, yeah, you know, like that, so it sounds like she has a rough voice, but it's not like a Toad. You're not like Toad, because Toad's voice is,
"Hi, I'm Toad. How are you, Toad?"
You know, that's Toad's voice. Tired and stuck at work? I hope that work goes fast for you, and I hope that the stream helps it make it go faster at least a little bit.
The lowest of the low.
Is there some sort of kick me sign stuck to the defense's bench? Yes. Yes, there is. 2 of them.
Anyway, I couldn't afford to be away from my post for long. You understand, so... it was after that I had finished, just as I was heading back. That's when I saw it.
Hold it! The crime took place in the courtyard, correct?
When you go from my room to main hall, you have to take winding hallway from which you can see the courtyard.
That's right. Isn't us the first? It was pure coincidence that the witness saw the crime taking place before her eyes. There was no complicated setup in this case.
That certainly seems true.
There is indeed only one problem with this testimony. If I can clearly point what it is, then I can begin to quantify just how good this witness's memory and observation skills are.
That night I was helping an acolyte.
Okay, so we're at the point where we have to prove something wrong. We have to now... okay, so what is our clues? What is our clues that we have? Do, do, dee, do, do, do. I don't understand how this is possible. Like, how do you get the sword in her hand like this? Like, you would have to like wedge it in and then move it up. Like, I just don't understand how the sword got in this position at all. It does not seem possible. How did it even get... This is a stone statue, right? This sword is made of metal. Look at the length of the sword. It clearly reaches the ground from where it is, from its current position. And then if we look right here, it would have to go into the ground just to get put up into the hand from this position. How did this all happen? I just don't... does the statue's arm lift up or something? And then it could go like this or something? I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. Just doesn't make any sense. Body fell 10 feet after death. Bro. Interesting. Rang lights out, bell out at 10, and then was in her room until the murder was discovered. Okay, so that's probably what we're supposed to be doing. All right, here we go. Maybe this. Do 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 do. Bum ba dee do. Bum ba ba. You don't know? Oh, I know you don't know, Bumble. I just say these things out loud because of content. Yeah, they're just questions that nobody needs to answer. I'm just saying them because it allows me to say things and like express things, and they're you don't have to actually answer the questions. I'm not actually looking for answers. I mean, sometimes, but I mean, really, I understand that you guys don't know the answers, so no worries about that. I'm not gonna expect you to know the answers. You're good. You're good. I do hope your day is going good. Okay, so I'm thinking it really doesn't make sense. Oh, there's so much to this though, Bumble. Like, this is crazy. We already know this lady. You remember seeing this chick, right? Iris, aka Melissa Foster, aka Dahlia Hawthorne. This lady. So that night I was helping with her training. Hold on. Wait. Oh, I did not mean to do this. Wait, did I already do this one? Wait, did we not press on this? I don't recognize this. Hold on. You left Iris to help. With what?
What do you think? The Acolyte's training, of course. It was just past 10 p.m., so we were starting to enter into training exercises proper.
Wasn't your place to remain with the disciple?
Well, the job is simply to watch over the Acolyte so they don't pass away.
Just confirm this point again. That night, you met Iris in the inner temple, correct?
Yes, she's a gentle, honest girl. She never wants to fail to follow my directions.
There's no bath. Wait a second. Did we not have that before? Do 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 do. Wait. Bro, wait a second. Left Iris to help. Receive before the lights out. Okay, so this was before lights are out. So she went over to the place without her hood, but I don't know. I wonder if that matters at all. I am muted. I was muted. How long was I muted for, bro? How long was I muted for? So, what happened there was I was saying that it had to be like this. Something says about 4 lights out. And then this one says rang lights out at 10 p.m. until her room was discovered. Until the murder was discovered. So that means that her thing doesn't make sense in this regard. It does not make sense in this regard. So I presented this. And then, sorry, I didn't. I'm sorry I was muted. I probably didn't get that dialogue out there. My bad. What's up, Foxy Kite? You love this game? It's pretty cool. It's pretty good. Cool. Welcome, welcome, welcome. In that case, Miss Honcho, I'd like you to explain something for me. The discrepancy between your testimony and that of the defendant, Iris. She claims that after ringing lights out bell, she went back and stayed in her room. Which means she did not go to the inner temple at all.
No, she said that.
As defendant or a witness, who is more likely to lie, do you suppose? The defendant is simply lying to cover her back.
But that is completely illogical. The murder was committed in the courtyard of Hazakura Temple. Claiming that she went to the inner temple would make a much better alibi.
But that is odd. Whatever the reason, I can't believe that she would lie.
She does indeed have honest eyes. Oh,
All people lie. That is my belief.
why am I the only one being whipped in here? Anyway, neither the witness nor the defendant have any reason to lie, which means we must call your memory into question.
Dear. You're older than me. You want to play that game, do you?
Oh my word, bro. Man, this judge is actually surprisingly still better than our other judge. Wait a second! This is a Phoenix Wright case! Wait a second! The only reason why Phoenix Wright isn't taking charge of this case is because he got thrown in the river, right? But the question is we still have a different judge, even though it's a Phoenix Wright case. I mean, technically Edgeworth is doing the work, right? But shouldn't we have the other judge? Not this judge? I'll take it, but I just now realized that.
Oh, well, that isn't exactly what I...
My memory is perfect. Crystal clear, especially in winter.
Then I suppose it's too early to end this cross-examination, eh? Mr. Edgeworth, if you are going to question the memory of this witness, you will need to show more decisive piece of evidence.
Understood, Your Honor. I was naive to think that alone would do the trick.
Then, please add your comments about Abu and Iris to the testimony, and let us return to the cross-examination.
That night, I was helping an acolyte with her training in the inner temple, but... Well, as you can see, my back acolyte sagged violently. Iris came to the inner temple. She was dressed exactly as she had been at dinner.
That is a lie! You gave Von Karma the same? Nice. I think it fits her perfectly. Are you sure that you're not making a mistake?
You, young man, need to get your estimation of me up from the floor. Iris always wears the same clothes. The smallest thing out of place would have stood out like a sore thumb to me. You're making a mistake, thinking I made a mistake.
An excellent finish there, witness.
Still, I have to wonder. Yeah, guys, we have proof that she's not, bro. Right here. Received before lights out. Bell, night of the crime. Boom. Liar! Witness. Let's just get this one thing straight. The defendant who you've claimed to have met, she was wearing this demon warding hood, correct?
Of course. That is a very important piece of clothing, I'll have you know. Wait a minute.
Hold it right there. Why do you have that?
That's the question for the day now, isn't it, Miss Von Karma? I'll have you know that this hood was given to someone as a gift that night, before the lights out bell was rung.
What?
You know where I'm going with this, don't you? If the witness had seen the defendant as she claims, then the Iris she saw would have been missing this very hood.
Well.
Great. It's not a bad feeling at all, exposing contradictions like this. Now I understand that happy look on Wright's face every time he does it.
Order!
Sister, is this hood? You have spare ones around the temple, don't you?
Spares? Well, I do tend to make too many of them.
I see. A stockpile, a surplus of hoods, eh?
Each nun is only given one hood. This should be the only one hood that Iris owned.
This is quite strange.
If there was a surplus of hoods, then she could have worn one of those. There was no contradiction here.
I'm sorry to break this to you, Miss Von Karma, but you won't get away that easily. Discrepancies such as this will sow seeds in any human heart. The seeds of doubt.
Witness, while I don't wish to call your testimony into doubt, you must give every detail with precision.
I'm not sure I'm comfortable going along with this.
Sister, you shall continue your testimony. Tell us what you saw after finishing your bath on your way back to the temple.
Those seeds of doubt are sprouting in the judge's heart. They just need a little bit more stimulation to bear fruit. Contradictory stimulation.
I finished my bath around 11, and I thought I should return to the inner temple. And as I was walking back, I heard a noise from the courtyard. I took a look, and Iris was all Mystic Elise, and with that sword of all things. Mystic Elise was staying in the corner room, which faces out into the courtyard. The stabbing I saw must have occurred after she was pushed out of her window.
Lie! We know that the stabbing happened after she fell. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Wait a second. Hold on. Cause body fell 10 feet after death. Okay. So she fell 10 feet after being stabbed. Yeah. She fell 10 feet after being stabbed. Okay. So that is probably our contradiction that we have to apply is this thing.
You saw a truly terrible sight, didn't you? If I was in your place, then it would be much more like Miss Von Karma whipping Mr. Edgeworth in two in court, and me seeing it all from this very chair. Well, something like that.
This judge, his imagination is just about as vivid and creative as Detective Gumshoe.
I would look the fool if I commented on such foolishness. Anyway, this case is mine, Miles Edgeworth.
Calling everyone by their full name. Can't you do something about that habit of yours?
I finished my bath around 11, and I thought I should return to the inner temple.
How far is it from your room to the inner temple?
Let me think for a moment. About 20 minutes on these stumps of mine. It's about 15 minutes to Dusky Bridge from Hazakura Temple.
Bro, really? Really? That is a long way, bro. This is a 15-minute hike? What? That's a 15-minute hike from here to here. I was not expecting that to be that long. Well, but we have an approximate length of the bridge. The bridge isn't like that long, is it? Is it that long? Maybe it is. I mean, it's kind of long. It's not like super duper long. I mean, how long would it take to cross the bridge? Probably like 2 minutes to cross the bridge. Wait, no! This is 5 yards! This is 5 yards. We already had a map of this before, and like this amount of space right here is like 5 yards. So this is nowhere a 20-minute hike, bro. I would like to beg to differ. This is not no 20-minute hike. If 5 yards is like this, that's like 30 feet. 15 feet. 5 yards. I don't know how to math. It's 15 feet. 5 yards, right? Yeah, 5 yards is 15 feet. So, bro. Have you ever walked upward? But is it uphill? Do we have that information if it's uphill or not? We can assume that she would take longer because she's tiny and as she said. But the question is whether it would take that long. Because that's a long time. That is a long time. Where is the courtyard anyways? I'm so confused about that too.
The inner temple is just beyond the bridge.
Still, you never made it back there that night, did you?
That's right. I was heading along the walkway towards the main hall. And I was walking back. I heard a noise from the courtyard, so I took a look and...
You say you heard a noise.
Thump! Just like that.
That could only be the sound of the victim falling.
It's very quiet in the temple, you know. You can even hear the snow falling from the branches. Thump! Just like that.
But couldn't this noise that you heard been snow falling to the ground?
I never thought of that. Ha ha ha! Ha! Ha!
Ho ho ho!
The next one who gets a whipping.
Well, whatever the source of sound, I looked over the courtyard and... Iris was... Oh, Mystic Elise! And with that sword of all things...
This is the second time that the witness has testified to seeing the defendant. But some doubt remains in these claims.
Hey, just what's that mean? Just because you're a good-looking young man doesn't give you the right to...
The murderer who stabbed the victim with the sword, Sister Bikini, try to recall exactly who it was you saw, as clearly as you can.
Well, you're a handsome young man, so I'll forgive you. Oh, now that you mention it, there was something awfully strange about her. Something that had been bugging me all this time.
Please, don't keep us in suspense.
Her hood!
Her
hood?
That's right! It's coming back to me. Iris, she wasn't wearing her hood. Yeah, I thought something was out of place, but it all makes sense now, doesn't it? After all, she'd given that hood away to someone, right?
Ha! You've dug your own grave, Miles Edgeworth.
What do you say, Mr. Edgeworth? Is this testimony important?
Always! This may initially appear to put me at a disadvantage, but I can't see any other leads at the moment. Your Honor, I would like these new statements to be added to the testimony.
Miles Edgeworth, if you want to hang yourself, you only need to ask, and I'll gladly lend you my whip.
Witness, add that statement to your testimony.
No problem. Now that you mention it, Iris didn't have her hood on.
You're sure about that?
Yeah, after all, we always wear the same clothes.
Maybe it takes longer if it's mount. Well, that's what Hypercats was saying. That's what Hypercats was saying, is that it's going up, and if it is going up, it would take longer, especially if she's not like particularly in shape, which as we can see she's not. So that would make sense. That would add more time. It makes me wonder what the average time is though for people.
I don't mean because we're poor, you understand. It's our style. Yes, that's it.
There's absolutely no need to explain yourself.
Anyway, she looked different from normal, so that really stuck out.
Like me holding a whipped puppy instead of my whip.
At least then it might bite you, not someone else.
Iris didn't have her hood on. I'm sure of it.
Very well. Now, please tell us about the victim, eh?
Mr. Ellis was staying in the corner room, which faces out in the courtyard.
The room the victim was staying in the overlooked courtyard, correct?
Which means the victim's room was on the second floor.
No. Azakara Temple is a single-story building, but the mountain itself slopes downward, which elevates the main gate on the side of the temple and the guest rooms in the back to about the height of a 2-story building.
I see. And the victim was staying in one of these elevated rooms, correct?
Yes, I should know. I'm the one who carried her things to her room, after all. The stabbing I saw must have occurred after she was pushed out the window.
What makes you so sure of all this?
It's just like I told you earlier. I heard a noise from the courtyard, okay? Thump. Just like that.
You're one smart sister, I'll give you that. The autopsy report states that the victim's body was covered in bruises, indicating a fall from around 10 feet in height.
It appears the witness was not mistaken then.
Yep. I'm just more than a pretty face, especially in winter. I'm a woman of faith, after all. The head honcho of the temple.
There's only 2 of them working there.
What's wrong, Miles Edgeworth? No snappy comeback remark?
Oh, I got a snappy comeback remark, bro. It doesn't feel like she's lying. This is very powerful testimony, too. She claims to have seen the instant in which the defendant stabbed the victim. There are only 2 things I can believe in right now. My client, Iris, and my own abilities as a defense attorney. Alright, so we want to go to this one, because that's a lie. And we all know the answer. Of course, guys. Of course, we know the answer. She actually brought it up, right? She brought it up, so we actually know that it's the badge! The badge! You called it. I love it. Oh man, this evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in that statement, Your Honor.
Unfortunately, I'm afraid I can't accept that.
Well done, Your Honor.
What?
I was only testing you. That's what it is. I was testing him. Yeah, no, I was testing him. That's what it was. Yeah,
Well then, why don't you try testing this penalty too?
Oh man, it looks like I shouldn't have spoken in haste. Alright. Let's actually present the true evidence. Worth it! Objection! Impressive logic. That's what I would like to say, anyway.
Oh, please do. My brain is something else, especially in winter.
However, I think you are overlooking one thing. Miss Von Karma, would you be so kind to take another look at the autopsy report?
Autopsy report.
The victim did fall from a height of 10 feet. However, this fall was after she was killed.
That's right. It says after death right here.
The scene the witness claims to have seen is contradictory. If the defendant stabbed and killed the victim in the courtyard. Also, guys, Do you guys want to see how this picture is set up here? Look at this. Look at this. How would she get, bro? How would she get this sword that far through her chest? That would take so much effort. That would take literally so much effort. And let's look at the blade. The blade is not fully covered in blood. It is only the tip that was stuck in. Like this is the crime scene. Oopsie, that's not the crime scene. Here's the crime scene photo. And you can clearly see it didn't go in very far. So, she's a liar. And there are 6 points. So yeah, there's not any extra points. All of this doesn't make any sense. If the defendant stabbed and killed the victim there in the courtyard, how did the victim go on to take a 10-foot fall?
Ah!
Order! Order! The victim was killed and then fell. If that is the case, then the victim must have been killed in her room. Don't you agree?
That is the logical conclusion. Yes, that's right. The victim must have been stabbed by the defendant in her own room, and she was then thrown out of her window down into the courtyard below.
Were there any signs of struggle in Miss Donim's room?
That
She was stabbed with a sword. Yeah, that would leave a bloodstain, wouldn't you agree? Shamar.
Well, Miss Von Karma, was there any blood? Ah!
no traces of blood were found in the victim's room.
Your whip has just caused traces of blood to be found off my glorious playoff beard. However, if there was no blood in...
I'm sure there's no need for me to go over this, as I'm sure Your Honor is well aware. When a stab wound produces the most blood,
When it produces the most blood,
very little blood is lost at the moment of blade insertion. If you want to talk about when most blood would be lost from body, that would be when the blade is removed.
Indeed, with the weapon still in place, it acts like a lid on the wound.
that's true. With the weapon still in the body, there wouldn't be much bleeding. A perfectly reasonable line of thinking.
We have come to a conclusion then. The victim was thrown out the window with the sword still in place. This removes all of the contradictions.
Order! 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 I must admit that this is a probable version of events.
I'd expect no less from Franziska von Karma. She locates and takes control of every vital point.
It seems that we need a clearer testimony from the witness. Remove all supposition on your part and tell us only facts, please. Witness, please. Remain standing on the crate.
Don't go selling me short now. The weight of winter snow has bent me out of shape, especially my back and my mood.
Sister, please give us your testimony. I will give you a vigorous massage once we are finished here.
With the whip.
Oh boy. All right, all right. When I looked across the scene, the sword was already in place. Thinking about it now, I didn't actually see her stab Miss Elise.
Right, Foxy? It's hilarious.
I've never seen so much blood before. That's when I fainted. You can't blame me, can you? And when I woke, Mr. Ami was stabbing Miss Elise through the back.
This all confirms Miss Von Karma's theory.
Von Karma strive for nothing but perfection. Putting together such facts is nothing for me. You should know that, Miles Edgeworth.
Perfection is an impossibility, Franziska Von Karma. And I'm here to teach you just that. Further details.
When I looked across the scene, the sword was already in place.
At that time, was the victim bleeding?
Well, I was very shocked to be seeing all of this, of course. So I'm not entirely sure. But I don't think I saw any blood. Not then.
I'm sure that you didn't. The weapon was acting as a plug in the wound.
In any case, let's be clear on one very important point. Did you actually see the instant in which the victim was stabbed?
Thinking about it now, I didn't actually see or stab Miss Elise.
Think carefully. This is very important.
It's Iris we're talking about here. I'm thinking for all I'm worth. No. When I looked over, the sword was already in Mystic Elise's body.
It might not be conclusive, but this testimony supports your theory.
The victim was stabbed in her room and dropped into the courtyard. I think this proves it rather well, Miles Edgeworth.
I've never seen so much blood before.
Isn't that a lie, though? So you're saying you saw the victim's blood?
That's right! Some of it had splattered on Iris, too.
Then the defendant was arrested. She was meditating in her room, and her blood-flecked clothing was neatly folded into the corner.
What? Her clothes were blood-flecked as well?
That seems quite conclusive to me.
Yeah, might have been good to know that beforehand. Iris. Jeez. What should I do? Press this point further? Always press further, even if it goes against us. Going back to your previous statement, you said that you saw a little bleeding when the victim was stabbed. But now, you say you saw the victim bleeding.
Well, I say that what I saw is what I saw.
What did you say?
Maybe I didn't see the poor woman get stabbed, but I saw the girl pull the sword out of her, plain as day.
But you couldn't have because she would have bled all over the place. Ow. Pulling the sword out.
Well, it wasn't exactly pulling. It was more like came out.
Witness, you will add a statement to your testimony.
Oh! Well, was that important?
More important than you can imagine.
I saw the instant in which the blade plunged into the hilt, and was smoothly drawn out.
Bro, that is so wrong, it's ridiculous. Because we just discussed, for one, no blood on the blade. For two, how unbelievably hard would it be to shove that blade through somebody? It would be very difficult to shove that blade through anything. Literally, it doesn't matter what you're trying to shove the blade through. It has hooks. It's hooks. Once you get it in, those first hooks start getting in there, you're not gonna be getting that much. It would be so hard. It would be unbelievably difficult to do, for sure. Oh wait. Oops, I just clicked out of the game. Smoothly, you say. You're saying you saw the sword smoothly slide out.
That's right. The whole thing happened right next to a gold statue of Mystic Ami. Mystic Elise was on the ground and Iris was stooped over her. The sword was buried up to the hilt, when I was stood up. Sword in her hand just slid out of Mystic Elise's body. It slid out from the gaping wound! Ah!
Guys, look at this. Look how much blood is on this blade. If it went all the way up to the hilt, blood would be up to here. Bruh. Bikini, why are you lying to us?
It goes without saying that if the sword was removed, there would be bleeding.
Nothing out of place here.
Is that really the case? I can't help but feel that there's something about this testimony that's very out of place. That something which couldn't possibly have happened appears to have happened.
I've never seen so much blood before.
Was the bleeding caused by the killer removing the sword?
No mistaking it. I remember it all, clear as day.
Don't you think that that's a bit odd?
What do you mean, Michaels Edgeworth?
Why would the killer pull out the sword?
What?
If all she wanted to do was place the weapon in the hand of the gold statue, then there was no reason to remove it from the body. All that would have accomplished is causing the victim to bleed unnecessarily. Your thoughts, Miss Von Karma?
That's...
Indeed, it is strange, now that you mention it.
I'm gonna need to find an answer to this mystery too.
Anyway, the witness saw something terrible. So what did you do after that witness?
That's when I fainted. You can't blame me, can you?
Now, on to the what the killer did next. You saw none of it, correct?
Well, I was unconscious.
How long were you out for?
I don't know. 10, maybe 20 minutes. A young man with a very prickly head woke me up. By stepping on me, actually.
Larry! Larry! Larry, frickin' Larry.
I'm not sure I like that method of resuscitation.
Well, I wasn't asking for mouth-to-mouth or anything of the sort, but I would have welcomed a more gentling awakening about then, let me tell you.
I shall have words with the offender personally. What did you see upon wakening?
And when I woke, Mr. Ami was stabbing Miss Elise in through the back.
By Mystic Ami, you are referring to the golden statue, correct?
Just stabbing someone with a shishishitsu, a sacred treasure, is terrible enough, but then to make Mr. Ami hold the blade?
Truly a heinous and despicable crime.
It's easy to despise something. Anyone can do it. However, there's something that cannot be done so easily.
Whatever it is, I'm sure it's doubly hard for you. Anyway, what is the problem?
The statue did it! Statue did it! Case closed. Foxy's right. We out of here. Put the statue in jail. Take that statue. Bro, it was so simple. It was literally right in front of us the whole time, Foxy. Man, big brain. Big brain. Huge brain, like monumental brain power there.
Exactly. Why would the killer set up a gruesome scene? Can anyone explain the reasoning behind that?
So,
No, I don't think I can.
no, there isn't always a logical reason behind why someone acts.
That's true, so true. In early spring, for example, I often find myself...
There isn't always. Their phrase might come in handy someday. There are too many unnatural elements in this case. Why was it necessary to use the Shido from the Ami statue as a weapon? Why was the weapon ultimately placed in the hand of the statue? If I can expose the flaws in this testimony, Perhaps I will begin to find the truth.
When I looked across the scene, the sword was already in place.
Okay, so we already know what the lie is, and it's obviously this one, because the blade was obviously not put in smoothly or taken out smoothly. Not at all. Not even a little bit. Before we press this, let's take a breather. I hope you guys are having a great day. Thank you again so much for joining us today. While I got you guys here, side note, I think we'll be moving our Phoenix Wrights to only on Tuesday. Rather than Tuesday, Thursday, we'll start doing them only on Tuesday. And we'll just keep on rotating a bunch of things that people like. People really liked that Pokemon Diamond Blind Nuzlocke, so be sure to tune in for that on Sunday. Let's take a breather really quick and then continue and show her the Shitso thing. What a sword. What a crazy sword, bro. Alright, this one.
Sister Bikini, you are a reliable witness. At least, I'd like to think so, but there are too many contradictions here.
What? What do you mean? You make it sound though I'm a liar. But you're a handsome young man, so I'll forgive you.
What contradictions are you talking about?
In the scene that the witness claims to have seen, the weapon was thrust up to the tilt into the victim. Furthermore, the killer withdrew the weapon smoothly from the body. However, both of these are complete impossibilities.
What do you mean, please?
Explain yourself.
To start with, do you think it would be possible to stab someone with the hilt with this? No matter how I look at the defendant, she doesn't appear strong enough for that.
Bro, you would need a lot of strength. I think that that you would sooner be able to lift up the whole body. So let's say that did happen. This blade would have to be so sharp and would have to miss anything that it could catch on in the body, like bones. It wouldn't be able to hit any bones because you wouldn't be able to cut through a bone by pushing through it. Also, she was on the ground. So how could you get it through the body before she hit the ground and then the ground stopped it? And you're not pushing it through the ground, right? So, like, there's like so many contradictions with this one thing. I don't even know why somebody would even try to say that was the case. Bikini is not a very good liar.
Doesn't appear what meaningless rebel. I too may appear weak and frail, but I can crush men under my heel and make them weep. So should I so choose?
But they're paying you for that, bro.
The objection stands. I wept a little back there, I must admit.
This isn't the only issue here. If this sword was truly stabbed into the body up to the hilt, well, just look at all the branches on it. It certainly wouldn't come out smoothly.
It would come out more smoothly than it would go in, that's for sure.
That's...
We also have the problem of the amount of bleeding. It's true that when a blade is left in a body, it acts as a plug of sorts. However, when the weapon is shaped like this, it's an entirely different story. The wound would be too large for the blade to completely stop the bleeding.
True, actually.
That's nothing more than conjecture. In reality, the victim was stabbed with a shito. Even a weapon of this nature may still sometimes slide out smoothly and may still sometimes stop blood loss.
I'm not finished. There's still one more conclusive contradiction.
Yeah, the lack of blood all over the blade.
You've still got more?
This one is simple. If the sword really was thrust in all the way to the hilt, why is there only blood on the tip of it?
Ah!
If this witness is telling the truth, then there should be blood along the entire length of the sword.
No!
Order!
Bravo, Miles Edgeworth. Praising this many contradictions from a single piece of evidence. Horsey as attorneys I know could only manage maybe one, if that.
What does all this all mean? You have proven contradictions regarding the murder weapon, but...
Guys, can we just take a moment to once again see how Miles Edgeworth is the main character? Thank you. Miles Edgeworth has been the main character for all three first Phoenix Wright games. All three of the first Phoenix Wright games, Miles Edgeworth is the main character, bro. What a main character he is too, right? Massive main character energy.
Having come this far, there can only be one answer.
And that is...
The weapon used to kill the victim was not the Shichichido.
What?
a foolish idea born from foolish mind of a foolish-hearted foolish fool.
Let's examine this again. What was it that made us think this sword was the murder weapon?
Well, it's because Mr. Akami was holding it.
Exactly. However, if you reflect on this, that is the only basis we have to assume such a thing. The impression left by the scene was just too strong. That is what influenced us. It influenced us to believe that the Shichichido was the murder weapon.
Order!
So maybe the Shichichido was not the murder weapon. Even if that is the case, it changes nothing, Miles Edgeworth. Sister here saw everything.
Thanks, Serena.
She saw the defendant stab the victim with a sword-like object.
That's true. A response, Mr. Edgeworth.
If that is so, I would like the prosecution answer the obvious question it raises.
The obvious question?
Yes, namely, where did the real murder weapon disappear to? It goes without saying the police searched the main hall and the surrounding area. Perhaps the prosecution can enlighten us as to if a sword-like object was found.
That's it.
Answer the question, Miss Von Karma.
No evidence of that kind was found.
Another mystery to throw onto the pile. A trial without a murder weapon is a tricky beast.
Excuse me, could I say something? I just remembered something, actually.
What is it, sister?
I was just thinking, it's possible that just maybe what actually happened, it was just over there.
What are you exactly going on about here?
The murder weapon, I mean. Maybe. I think I might know where the sword was disposed of.
You what?
Well then, I think we need to hear testimony from you one more time, sister.
Impossible. What else? What else could this old woman have seen?
Location of the weapon.
I saw the murder around 11 p.m. And after asking that it would be reported, I went out to main gate. And there, I saw tracks. Tracks that indicated a snowmobile had been used. It takes 15 minutes to walk to Tusky Bridge, but less than 5 using one of those. Maybe they threw the weapon in Eagle River and came back while I was knocked out?
Is she saying that... Wait, where was the crime? Is the crime at the Inner Temple? No, right? I'm confused where the crime is at currently. No, it's over near Hazukura. What am I talking about? It's right next to Hazukura. Yeah. They're not saying that the snowmobile crossed the bridge. I would have questions about that.
Iris could have done that. She can drive a snowmobile after all.
Witness, please tell us everything you know right away next time.
Well, I'm not in the best shape with my back and my age, you know.
Quite. Indeed, snowmobile tracks in front of the main gate. Here is a photograph.
Snowmobile, eh? I see.
Right, Foxy? It's a very scary bridge.
The tracks begin in front of Hazakura Temple and run all the way to Dusky Bridge. That solves your pesky little problem, yes. Yeah. The Eagle River's current is quite swift, meaning that it doesn't freeze over in winter, making it the perfect place to dispose of the murder weapon.
Did she really go to the river to dispose of the murder weapon?
Mr. Edgeworth, your cross-examination, please.
I saw the murder weapon around 11 p.m. Murder at 11 p.m.
You are sure about the time?
Yes, I was worried about it after all.
Why was that?
Because I have a strong sense of responsibility, especially at this time of year. The acolyte was being doused in freezing water at the time. I couldn't very well take it easy in the bath all night, now could I? So at 11, I decided to leave Hazakura Temple.
Her estimation of the time seems reliable, at least.
Please continue, sister.
And after asking that it be reported, I went out to the main gate.
You asked Phoenix Wright to report the crime, correct?
Right. The one who trampled me.
Oh, it was Phoenix Wright that tripped over her. Right, I remember that now. It wasn't Larry. That was silly of me to think it was Larry.
It seems she's the type to be holding a grudge.
There isn't a phone in the main hall, so I sent him to the bridge.
Phoenix Wright, he didn't even have his cell phone on him.
He had forgotten it at home, apparently.
What a naive boy, as always. Not only do I always carry my phone, but I always have my whip in hand too.
That's true, she does.
Anyway, I was really scared, and it's taking him a while to get back, so I thought I'd go out by the main gate for a spell. And there I saw tracks that indicate a snowmobile had been used.
As I recall, there was a snowmobile outside the main gate wherein I visited.
That's it, the only one we have. It'll run no matter how much snow falls.
Now, you're certain the snowmobile was there at the main gate when you arrived?
Yes, of course. It was parked in front of the gate.
So she already had gone, discarded the murder weapon, and returned by that time?
I'm not so sure if this is really relevant. What should I do?
Always press, bro.
I need answers to every possible doubt. The snowmobile in question, was it still warm at that time?
Huh? What do you mean? What do you mean?
What do you mean, eh?
What do you mean, Miles Edgeworth?
I'm playing to a slow crowd here. It goes without saying that using a snowmobile will heat its engine. If it was still warm, then that means it was recently used.
I see. I never thought of that.
That's right. I overlooked that too.
Of course you did.
Then the answer to the question, please. Witness.
I don't often going around touching hot engines. However, now that you mention it, there wasn't any snow on it.
Snow?
Yes, for some reason, only the snowmobile wasn't covered in snow.
There wasn't any snow on it. Ah, curses!
It seems highly likely that killer did use a snowmobile, huh?
How long does it take to get to Dusky Bridge by snowmobile?
It takes 15 minutes to walk to Dusky Bridge, but less than 5 using one of those.
In that case, why didn't you use it yourself? You could have spared yourself some walking.
There's a reason for that. Have we got a moment for me to explain?
I think that's why the question was asked in the first place.
It was about a month ago. I was driving my beloved little snowmobile, happy as can be. I fetched some water and was heading back when I went and crashed into a tree. The tree and my back both went crunch. Just like that. Crunch.
Crunch.
I haven't been able to find the courage to write anything since then. Anyway, the killer must have used it.
Hold on, I need to take a drink.
Maybe they threw the weapon in Eagle River and came back while I was knocked out.
Refresh our memory. How long were you knocked out for?
Like I said, somewhere between 10 and 20 minutes.
It's possible to get a bridge and back in 10 minutes using the snowmobile.
I have to concede that is more than enough time.
Is that all you wish to concede, Miles Edgeworth?
Iris could have done that. She can drive a snowmobile after all.
While it would have been possible time-wise, one element remains out of place here.
Oh? And what would this mystery element be?
The killer's reasoning, Your Honor. Why did the killer do all of this? Why go to Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon when there are other methods?
Too many unanswered questions. Your response, Miss Von Karm?
Turning to me for help is the slightest thing. Why don't you think for yourself once in a while, Your Honor?
What?
She's as over the top as always.
Anyway, whatever the reason, the fact remains that the defendant could have done this. The murder weapon was disposed in the river. Another point to me, Miles Edgeworth.
Another mystery to feed the fire. Was there any reason to go and throw away the murder weapon? Luckily, there's surely a problem with this testimony. Now all I have to do is start poking holes in this flawed account.
Okay. So we need to find out the clue. Report at the main gate. I don't see anything wrong with that. Saw tracks that indicate snowmobile had been used. Okay. But it was only parked here. It wasn't driven out of here at all. We see footprints. Yeah, we see footprints that could have been going in or out, but like, bro, it's not moved forward. We'd see tracks of it going up unless it did a backward thing. I don't think so. I don't think it went backwards. So why there should be another set of tracks going this way if it was all used. And then we have another footprints here, so probably something to do with this. I don't know. The Let's see. What else we got? Maybe they... Hold on. It takes 15 minutes. No, that's not really anything wrong. We can't... There's like no way to prove that or disprove it. Could have done that and drive a snowmobile. Well, no, because again, no, she didn't drive the snowmobile because we have singular tracks. So let's go ahead and try this and see if it works. It worked. I admit this photograph proves something. It proves that the snowmobile was used on the night of the murder.
You finally accept this inevitable edge, it seems, Miles Edgeworth.
However, if what the witness says is true, then why is there only one set of tracks?
What do you mean?
Iris left Hazokuru Temple, threw the weapon into the river, and then returned. If this was the case, then naturally there should be two sets of tracks in the snow. Those heading out to the bridge, and those from coming back.
Nah. You're right.
You are forgetting one thing, Miles Edgeworth. On the night of the murder, it was snowing.
No, it wasn't. It was raining.
The tracks leading to the bridge were erased by snowfall. This removes your precious contradiction now, doesn't it?
I see. While she was stopped at the river, the snow stopped, leaving just the return tracks in the snow.
No, that's a contradiction.
What do you have to say now, Miles Edgeworth?
Well, okay, if we look at the weather report we have... Where's the weather report? Which one's the weather report? Okay, here we go. Snow till 10... Oh! Oh. Okay. I mean, I guess. When was the murder taking place? I thought it was saying it rained. Well, that would mean there is a 10-minute period of time there, so we could still use it, I think.
What do you have to say now, Mr. Edgeworth?
Is there a flaw in her theory? This idea that the snowfall covered one set of tracks.
There's a possible contradiction. Or just try it, because I don't know anything else we got.
The tracks to the river that were covered in snow. What a nice theory. However, Miss Von Karma, that is impossible.
Would you care to explain? Why was a rude index finger currently pointed in my general direction?
No need. The evidence will do all the talking for me.
On the night of the murder, the killer went to and returned from Dusty Bridge. In order to dispose of the murder weapon, the outgoing tracks were erased by snow, or so claims Miss Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth, present your evidence to the contrary, eh? Evidence that the outgoing tracks were not covered in snow.
Well, we literally only have one piece of evidence that could actually explain that, and that's the 10-minute time difference here to 10:50 p.m. and then lightning from 10 to 11. So let's try this. Uh-oh, I don't think it was right. Oh, maybe it was right? We'll see.
Witness, please tell us again what time it was when you witnessed the crime.
Like I said, it was around 11.
Oh! Oh, I was missing one very crucial piece of information, and that is when she witnessed the crime. I had forgotten about that.
Of course. That means that this weapon was thrown away after that time, correct?
Yeah, and the problem with that is that the bridge was on fire from like 10:45 to 11:15 because it was on fire for a half an hour. So she, well, I mean, Okay, we can say that she didn't actually she didn't need to go onto the bridge to throw the weapon overboard. Wait a second, actually. Oh no, yeah. So she was on this side, so she would have just been able to chuck the weapon over. So if she was on the other side, she wouldn't be able to throw the weapon down because it would get caught on this like lower lip. But she was on this side, so she could have just thrown it in the water. So the bridge, she wouldn't need to be on the bridge to throw it. Okay.
Of course, this means that the weapon was thrown away after that time, correct? On that note, please, take a look at this data. It is the weather report from Eagle Mountain on the night of the murder.
The weather report?
Snow started to fall at 7, but it stopped around 10:50. Therefore, when the sister witnessed the crime at 11 p.m., the snow had already stopped falling. It is impossible for any tracks made after that time to have been covered up.
Order! Order! Very well then. It looks like Miss Von Karma's claim has been snowed in. Ah!
It's too soon to be closing this trial due to snow. Miles Edgeworth, how pathetic of you to rely on the weather of all things. Answer me this, son. When is a weather report ever correct?
No. Oh, you've got it all wrong. This isn't a forecast. This is actual data. No!
Forecast data of weather reports have some inaccuracies. It may have been snowing in the vicinity well past 11 p.m.
It's true. We cannot be totally sure.
What? How did she pull that off?
It had stopped snowing at Hazakura Temple when the murder took place. You need to provide conclusive evidence of this.
I've come this far. There's no turning back now. Very well. I, too, cannot allow any doubt to remain concerning this testimony.
Ha! You can't back down, can you? Such perfectionist, Miles Edgeworth.
Very well then, Miles Edgeworth. Where is your evidence that it already stopped snowing when the victim was killed?
What? I don't know. Bum 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 bum. Bo-de-do. She doesn't have any snow on her. It had continued to snow after or beforehand. So she would have snow on her, wouldn't she? This has snow on it. What about this? No, I mean there's literally only one possibility. I don't think I have any other options. Yeah, no. I'm gonna go with this. I think that was right.
Ultimately, it all comes down to one point. That being, whether or not it was snowing in the courtyard when the victim was stabbed.
That's right, but proving that is
incredibly easy.
That.
If we want to know whether or not it was snowing, this photo will tell us everything. Of course, I'm referring to this photo of the crime scene. As you can see, everything is covered in with snow, with just one exception.
And that is
the victim herself, Miss Elise Dunim. Why is there no snow on top of her? The answer is simple. It had stopped snowing when she was killed. That's why.
Nah.
In other words, if the killer really did go to Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon, then in this photograph, there should be 2 sets of tracks.
Ah!
Order! Order! Just what?
Just what are you suggesting, Miles Edgeworth?
To be honest, I'm not entirely sure myself, but this is simply what all of the facts point to. That night, someone used the snowmobile to leave Hazakura Temple. From the tracks left, it can be understood that they were heading for Dusky Bridge. At that time, it was still snowing.
Of course it was, because those tracks were erased by the snow.
Then, when this person returned to Hazakura Temple, the snow had stopped. Thus, the return tracks remained.
Can I say something? This all sounds a bit fishy to me.
What the sister?
There's only one key for the snowmobile.
Some more, only on the night in question, we know that the defendant had it. The key was found in her room after the murder.
Which can only mean that night, Iris used the snowmobile to go to the inner temple.
But Iris said that she never went there. I should probably press this point more when I get the chance.
The snowmobile can't cross the suspension bridge, so she must have left it on Hazakura's side of the bridge and crossed on foot.
That sounds right.
But what is odd is when I left Iris and returned to the temple, I didn't see anything near Dusky Bridge.
You must have just failed to see sister.
Maybe, but when I made it back to Hazakura Temple, it was there by the main gate. The snowmobile, I mean. I know what I saw. It was covered in snow, too.
But that isn't possible.
Order! Order! Order in the court! What does this all mean?
So, what was the snowmobile used for? It wasn't taken by the defendant when she went to the inner temple. If it had been, then the witness couldn't have possibly seen it by the gate. Furthermore, it wasn't used by the killer to dispose of the murder weapon. If that was the case, there should be 2 sets of tracks in this photo. All we know is this. After it stopped snowing, someone used a snowmobile to return to Hazakura Temple. I never thought a simple snowmobile would cause so much trouble.
I think we've learned all we can from this witness.
Yes. I've got nothing more to add. I told you everything. Everything that I know.
But then, that still leaves us with the same problem. If there was someone, a witness who could testify to having seen the snowmobile.
A witness, huh?
Was there no one out walking, perhaps near Dusky Bridge on that night?
Well, the only other person that was there is Larry, and we know he knows something about the murder because I don't think we actually got to break those locks off of him from the Magatama.
I don't think that's likely. It was cold enough to freeze your ears off. Only an idiot would go wandering in that.
Well, for one, Larry. Larry. Only an idiot would go walking out that. Again, Larry. And Larold was also at the, if we look at this, Larry was down here at Heavenly Hall. He was painting and stuff down here. He was down here a few times, right? I'm pretty sure he was at Heavenly Hall, which is right next to it, and she wouldn't have gone down there.
Unless they had something really important to do.
That's a shame.
Hold on. Something is coming to me. An idiot may have well gone wandering out on that subarctic night. Your Honor, Actually, there just might be one individual who may be of help to us.
Really?
You know of someone who might have been seen the snowmobile on the night of the murder?
I don't know for sure if he had saw it or not, but there are two things about him that do come to mind.
Which are?
First, something he saw incredible on the night of the murder.
And the second being...
This individual that I'm thinking of went wandering out on that cold night. In other words, he is our kind of idiot.
Miss Jarett, who is this idiot you're talking about?
Larry. Guys, if something smells, it's usually the butts.
This guy must be a product of XTigerXLoki, Duke's Guide to Obnoxious Front Painting.
This is Larry Butts, a disciple of the victim, Elise Dunin.
Her student? Interesting. And why was he wandering about outside on the night of the murder?
That's... I could tell them about his designs for Iris, but it may cost us his credibility as a witness before I even call him. He is, after all, an artist. He was, perhaps, searching for something in the snowy scenery that would move him. Although, I cannot guarantee that this is the reason.
And so, this unfortunate, unreliable looking man, what is exactly what he saw?
I intend to extract that from him, right here in this courtroom.
Summon this youth as a witness immediately.
I have no choice, do I?
I believe he's in the gallery for this trial. It would not take long to summon him.
Very well.
Larry, you may have escaped me yesterday, but today I'm going to get everything out of you.
The court will now adjourn for a 20-minute break. Miss Von Karma, please see to preparing the next witness.
Understood, Your Honor.
Good. Well then, court is now in recess.
To be continued! You're absolutely right. It's always the butts. Every time, it's always the butts. Always, bro. Man, you hate to have that last name, right? Wouldn't be a good last name to have, that's for sure. And that's where we call it for today. GG's, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the trial today. We will continue this next Tuesday. I think we will continue this next Tuesday, and it should be a good time. Should be all the good time. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys had a good time, and we'll continue that trial. I love that. And I love doing the voice acting and all that. That was fun. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It means a lot to me that you guys enjoy this, because I enjoy it a lot. So thank you guys so much for hanging out today and being all of the fun. Let's go do a raid, so you guys might see somebody else you guys like to hang out with. Mama. So tomorrow, guys, book do more, boo do more. Made work go by faster. I'm so glad. I'm sorry. Yeah, if we did more, then it would be another like 2 hours or so. And I try to keep these, semi amount of time, just to be careful about having it go too long. Because people actually watch these after they're live. Like, surprising, I don't know if this one will be watched after it goes into the archive, but sometimes these get a lot of views by people that just watch the archive. So I try to want to make it entertaining for them as well, because I won't be able to talk to them, right? Make them into playlists. I probably should do a Phoenix Wright playlist, honestly. Maybe I'll do that in the next few days. Okay, guys, let's go do a raid tomorrow. we are going to be playing Fall Guys. There's a lot of people playing Fall Guys right now, but tomorrow we're going to play it and have a good time playing Fall Guys. And everybody can join. Literally everybody can join. Every last person that wants to join, it's free. It's a free-to-play game on like a billion consoles. Just all of them. So, you know, be sure to join in for that. Now let's go do a raid. And that means that I'm going to take you guys that you guys very much might like to watch. Let's see. Do I have anybody doing anything remotely like Phoenix Wright? First off, checking to see if I have T-Pals. Dang, it's his birthday today, which I kind of want to give him a raid because it's his birthday. But, oh wait, but also we like literally just raided him. Nintendo Switch. Well, I'm gonna be playing on PS4, but yeah, people are playing on Switch. You know what? Tell you what. Let's go raid somebody who is doing. Wait, what is Ashlyn doing? Ashlyn is playing more Phasmophobia. I actually love this. Anywho, let's go and look at who do we want to go say hi to today? I have nobody at all playing anything remotely related to this. Have we rated Miju in a while? Let's go raid Miju today, and you can play too. We have not raided Miju in a bit, so let's go raid Miju today. And it's a free game, you guys. If you guys want to see what it's like to play Fall Guys before tomorrow, because we'll play it over here tomorrow. King Brave, you don't have to hashtag anything if you don't want to. You can hashtag what you want. I mean, if you let them know, if you hashtag something, she's likely to know because we're going to do a redirect. So we're going to do a redirection here. So let me see if it works. Let me go here. Boom. Save. Change is saved, so redirect will work. So it'll be awesome. It'll be awesome. I would love if you guys said hashtag or a funny hashtag. Get the crown. Get the crown raid. Get the crown raid. She'll probably know who it's coming from and all that, so it'll end up working, or kink raid or something like that. Just don't be mean, obviously. Thank you guys again so much for joining. Tomorrow, Fall Guys. Thursday, no longer Phoenix Wright. Keeping Phoenix Wright now to Tuesdays. Friday, I don't know. You'll be streaming. Foxy Kite, if you're in our Discord, you can post the links to your streams inside the Discord. And if you have that, sometimes you might get people. And if you make friends with like me, like if you join my streams a lot, I'll eventually join yours if you post them in the Discord. Just I almost feel like I have to, right? Because if people come to these streams a lot, then I feel like if I don't go to their streams sometimes, then I feel bad. I feel bad because it's just nice. It's just nice, and it's networking, as they call it. So, but I mean, it's sometimes, yeah, we're doing custom lobbies only. We're gonna do custom lobbies only if we have enough people to do so. So yes, custom lobbies if we have enough. Okay, but let's go do a raid. It'll automatically redirect you, and it'll give you the link after the little outro thing, which will take about 30 seconds. So until tomorrow, guys, I'll see you then. Stay amazing, sleep well, and toodaloo. Bye.